we are remembering that we are a multidimensional divine existence, the oneness of all things, simultaneously dimensions of the oneness of all things, having a human experience. In order to evolve the oneness of all things, most commonly termed God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Brahman, Hashem, the Most High, and many other things within our synaptical acceptance of divine evolution. I'm grateful. I'm feeling grateful, y'all. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. If this is your first time catching my Facebook community live, whether you're watching live on Facebook or a rewatch on Facebook, or you're watching back a replay on one of my channels, I am a divine channel. We all are divine channels. I use my shaman mama capabilities, my connection to the oneness of all things, my psychic abilities, my extrasensory perception, mediumship capabilities, to heal through my inner space, convene with my inner space, zeal the true seeking God within, or God in all things. Which brings me to the Ashley-Nicole Phillips call to action. Sit with yourself every day, ask yourself, hey soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as greater conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? Our limitless potentials, wait for the answers because they will come. If you're watching this back on my music channel, Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube, I divine in the spirit. I heal through the inner space and I channel healing frequencies and lyrics into my music. If you're watching back Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're watching as bonus content for Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is one of my podcast channels on YouTube, available to stream for free on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Kingdom Things, in the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips catalog for some reason, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, follow if you're watching on Spotify. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is my other podcast where I heal in the spirit and channel the healing frequencies and ancestral forces and wisdoms and messages within the podcast. I'm opening up my soda. This is a Facebook community live where we convene, we chat about what the soul wants us to speak about. We truly want energy manifested in many ways, or we have our own perspective or perception of who we are in any moment, and that this shapes how we manifest in reality. We truly want energy, though, manifested in infinite ways. And we're awakening to this remembrance, celestial consciousness, oneness consciousness, divine consciousness, of which we've always only been. We were in a gestational phase or a dense storm of amnesia, and vibrating as energies of amnesia, where we forgot our existential fundamental nature, that is wellness, that is abundance, which I actually channeled in my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I'll link it below on the playback. The Kingdom Things Podcast installment is called Lyran Beings Resurrect. Lyran Beings Resurrect. In the installment, I channel how we spawn from universal forces, ancestral forces that projected us in reality, their fragmentations or their multiplicity, so that they can see themselves in a more vibrant way, to grow and evolve their energy into more wellness and more abundance. So we were basically the projections of their imbalances, these universal ancestral forces. And it's like we no longer have to be that. We no longer have to mirror back to reality creation or these ancestral forces, universal forces, imbalances. We can awaken and remember the limitless potentials, wellness, balance in which all things have always only been. Again, we were in this song of gestational energies where we co-created a self in reality with death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. The divine says, again, we no longer need this. We no longer need you humans of planet Earth, galactic creation. Galactic creation being an iota, a minuscule, a fraction of infinite creation, or most commonly termed God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Brahman, Hashem, the Most High. At the same time, galactic creation being infinite, just like every dimension of God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Brahman, the Most High. The divine ancestral forces, universal forces say, y'all no longer have to galactic creation, galactic beings, all the infinite species, infinite races, infinite dimensions, infinite realms, infinite planets. Y'all no longer have to mirror back to us in balance. Y'all can wake up and remember that y'all are wellness, y'all are balance, because y'all stem from limitless wellness and balance. Regardless of this phase where y'all were in a gestational phase, where you manifested death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking through y'all's existence or your energy. Principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in our reality is a manifestation of our own energy. Now, again, the call to action, sit with yourself every day, ask yourself, hey, soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? I like to ask, is universally aligned? I like to pray as universe, set the intention, pray as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. As we wish and hope for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, we're hoping and wishing for the upliftment and regeneration of the self, in which we're one with the self for all things. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips 2033 prophecy. Give me 1 second. Let me put this down just a little bit. It is ancient prophecy, biblical prophecy. We are awakening the masses, and by 2033, Mayan hoping prophesied fifth world, Hindu culture prophesied turn of a yuga, golden yuga, Aboriginal Australians prophesied times, Africa prophesied in Africa, the awakening of ancestral wisdoms and remembrances to the children or us. The spawns, the fruit of the ancestors. We are awakening to the remembrance. And by 2033, the remembrance that we are wellness, that we are balance, that we are divine frequencies or forces. One tandem with every dimension of divine creation or limitless potentials. We are portals. We meditate and pray to set our intentions to be who we came into creation to be. My soul said, whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. We are all fruit of the tree of divine evolution. Ask yourself, hey soul, every day, hey soul, what is it that I need to know in this moment to be who I came into creation to be? Highest timeline potentials, wellness, balance, abundance. To assist towards the Kingdom Things podcast 2033 prophecy and all over the world prophesied second coming of Christ, also known as the second coming of Christ, biblically prophesied. Remembrance of our wellness, where we have a consciousness expansion, consciousness awareness, genome activation, DNA activation, spiritual, mind, body, soul, spirit, alignment with celestial oneness, unity, consciousness. To remember that we ought to have the foresight, insight, to remember that to be our future selves in the present moment, the healing frequencies of our future self in the present moment, to co-create a human culture, our galactic species culture, galactic multidimensional culture, of planet Earth, the realm portal of planet Earth, galactic creation with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. As again, death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. We're all a part of the makers of us. We were in this vibrating as these dense throngs of frequencies, manifested as a projection of our ancestral universal forces to show them what was in their energy. To help them grow and evolve into more wellness and balance. Now we get to be the wellness and balance. And we no longer have to mirror the imbalances to the rest of galactic creation and beyond. So again, you can delve into my timeless catalogs, Kingdom Things my podcast catalogs, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify, as well as Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment, which is available to stream for free on YouTube. I'm excited. We're talking about the abundance of multidimensional existence, celestial oneness consciousness, unity consciousness existence. The abundance of these things. As we get into this, as I was walking back from the grocery store to prepare for this, excuse me, y'all. This soda is so good. I forgot to take a water bottle with me on my walk, and I was parched. And you know when you go to the grocery store hungry or thirsty, you be buying up all types of stuff you didn't plan on buying? Or just buy something that you didn't plan on buying because you were thirsty and hungry? Transcendence. We want to transcend this. But celestial one, like the universes, which we're all one with, the universal forces, galactic ancestral forces, say, actually, that's a common thing in y'all's culture. Like y'all go buy groceries and then but instead of y'all prompt, baby, you swear up and down you're gonna cook, and you end up ordering food out or something. It's like y'all do that, like all y'all do that. Like it's a common thing in y'all's culture. So there's that, and then going to the grocery store hungry or thirsty and buying things that you don't really need, but in the moment you're hungry and thirsty. So that's what this soda is about. I have this tropical pineapple guava soda. And it is so tasty. It's so delicious. It's so satiating, right? So I got this soda. And everything is multidimensional existence, like everything is. I'm going to link below for the playback watchers. I'm going to link back below. I channel 2 Kingdom Things podcast installments. One is called Universal Creator Gods. We're all Universal Creator Experiencer Gods. And then one's called What is Reality? I think I have 2 Kingdom Things podcasts with Ashley-Nicole Phillips installments called What is Reality? I'm going to link both below, so 3 installments below. But one of the installments has a date in it. And that's the installment I'm truly referencing. What is reality? But the date is like June of like 2024, June of 2024. So in this installment, it was really cool. Because I'm about to tell y'all about a multidimensional experience. Let me tell y'all about this experience first. So you see this glass. Isn't it cute, right? What does it remind you of? Like a Scotch or cognac glass, right? Because that's really what it is. It came as like a party favor, and it came with cognac, a little bottle of cognac in it. Now I'm walking back from the store, and the soul spirit, whenever I'm coming in my inner space with the ancestral forces or universal forces or the soul, the spirit, I call these powwow sessions. So I'm having a powwow session, of course, as per usual. I'm communing in spirit with source, the soul, ancestral forces, to heal up and grow and evolve, learn more about our energy, my energy, our energy, my energy, your energy are truly one. Again, our optical or our perception perspective is of our oneness that makes a multiplicity. That's what makes it the multiplicity. Or infinite dimensions is our perception perspective of the one energy, who we believe we are in any moment. And who we believe we are in any moment is a part of our divine evolution, is how God, the divine, the oneness of all things is shaping us to be who we came into creation to be, to grow and evolve us into our expression, our assistance towards the evolution of all things, as the evolution of all things, or Brahman, Hashem, Prime Source, God, the Most High, Shekinah, as most commonly termed within our realm and our dimensionality of existence of our remembrance. So I'm walking back from the store and I'm having a powwow session. And then in my inner space, I hear a spirit, like a dimension of our spirit, our soul, we are one. It's like, hey, Ashley, drink out of that glass tonight, that little cute glass, drink out of the glass tonight. I said, okay. I was like, yeah. On the live, yeah, that's cute. Because, last Facebook Community Live, we're supposed to be grown and sexy. That's what I thought I was going to be, but then we were cooking chicken with bones in it. And I hadn't done that before. Hadn't done this before, baby, and I was not expecting what had happened. So guess what we're cooking tonight? Tofu, baby. And nothing, baby. Chicken with bones in it, meat with bones in it, we not mad about it. We're not mad about it. To each his own. Like, right? It's a part of our divine evolution, how we show up. Our preferences is a part of how we're shifting, shaping, and growing and evolving, and garnering wisdoms and understandings of who we want to be, who we are. So we're not mad. But, baby, I thought it was going to be a grown and sexy episode, baby. I'm in here like a scientist. Like, it's talking to chef energies. Like, is it me supposed to bleed like this? Is it supposed to do all this? Right? So I thought it was going to be grown and sexy. But this, like, the soul was like, hey, drink out of that glass. I was like, yeah, sure. Definitely. And then our energy, dimension of the soul was like, put a little vodka in it, a little crudo or something. And I'm like, okay, I was like, okay, this is familiar. I was like, this is familiar. Because I was like, this soda is guava. It's a guava soda, right? My family had 2019, my family had a New Year's party. It was really beautiful. It was great. It was nice, right? And we had a margarita machine, a frozen margarita machine. It was guava margaritas. And they had alcohol in them. And they were really tasty. I only had 2 because I like to. My soul has been really good, which my soul is, the way I perceive my soul is who I believe I am in that moment. That's why it's my soul, instead of the soul. Like, but it's still one with the soul. But it's the way I perceive myself in the moment, so it's my soul, right? So I only had 2 guava margaritas. Those things were good though. So sometimes I'd be sitting back and just remember. I'd be like, dang, I should have more margaritas that night because that thing was good. Those things were good. But I was like, nah, it's okay. We're in the present moment and we're grateful. We have gratitude. So I had this guava soda. So and the spirit was like, hey, drink out that little. Dimensional spirit was like, hey, I should drink out of that little cup. I was like, yeah. Put a little crudo in it, a little vodka or tequila or like peach schnapps in it. I said, this is familiar. I said, the guava margaritas It's like a rolling manifestation. It's trying to re-manifest the alcohol guava drink. It's trying to re-manifest so I can perceive it. And I do be like, ooh, those are really good. So I can see how I co-created the manifestation. So it's like a rolling manifestation. And it's about being a conscious co-creator of our evolution. Moving slower, meditating, praying to hear our energy, to hear our spirit, to convene with our energy, to convene with our spirit, and not unconsciously manifest reality or the way we show up. So I'm like, that don't sound bad at all. I was like, that sounds, because those 2019 guava margaritas are really tasty. But peep this. I had a convening with the soul earlier in the day. It's like, hey, Ashley, there are and will be a lot of youth watching your lives. So like, watch what you do on your live and, you know, respectively understand that there are going to be younger people watching your lives. I said, okay, yes, I understand. And then the answers, of course, is just a few moments, hours ago. They're like, hey, drink the thing. And I was like, no, I can't do that. But then the part of me wanted to fall into, you know, this is about being a conscious creator of reality, or consciously evolving our energy or spirit. So if I would have made the choice to actually put alcohol in this tonight, it's just the soda. If I would have made the choice to actually put alcohol in this tonight, it would have rolled me into a timeline of reality that would have been a direct correlation to putting alcohol in this drink, when the soul already told me, hey, Ashley, younger people are going to be watching your lives. So yeah, we want you to be honest in the way you express truly, but also keep in mind that younger people watch your lives. And yes, we told you that younger people, they're grown universal energies, and don't treat them like eggs. Treat them like they understand things, respectively, per parental guidance. You know, everybody has their own parental guidance, you know. Yeah, we told you all these things. But baby, I was about to pour some drink in here, right? But I ain't do it. I haven't done it. I didn't do it right. And then another energy was like, and because I was about to lean into it. I was like, dang, yeah, I've seen this manifested. I was like, I'm gonna face it. And I'm going to be a part of the wellness. I'm going to tell this story. I'm going to tell how the alcoholic drink manifested in the Facebook community live. I'm going to tell the story. I was like, I'm going to face it. Because I've seen plenty of podcasts and stuff. They have little cognac scotch cups and they glasses, and they drink during their podcasts. I was like, podcasts. I was like, I've seen this, and we're truly one. So it's no longer stepping outside of the manifestation, or stepping outside of our reality to be a contrarian. You know, just to feel like we're unique. I wanted to pour a little alcohol in here to face our oneness. And, you know, grow and evolve our one energy. But then I had I had to consult with some more energies about it. Consulted my divine counterpart. He said, Ashley, do not drink in that live. Do not drink in that live. I said, okay. I respect her. I respect how you feel. And I was like, the universal forces already told me, like, watch what you do in the live earlier today. So I was like, I respect it. Even though I was like kind of being swayed to drink anyways. And then a universal energy, like a part of our soul, was like, this is how I said, I heard it clearly. This is how it all starts. Because I started thinking about it. I was like, maybe I'll just have one drink. And then the energy's like, this is how it all starts. It's like, man, that's how people fall into alcoholism and things, respectfully. I'm going to link below a oneness connection, energetic upliftment transmission I did in regards to vices. I channeled Hindu ancestors, Hindu deities, gods and goddesses, ancestral forces about vices and all types of things. So I'm going to link this episode below, installment below, for the playback watchers. Excuse me, I have to burp. I'm drinking a carbonated beverage. Give me 1 second, y'all. Bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me. So I was like, I had to consult with another forest. I was like, shit, my person was like, nah, actually don't drink in that live. I said, okay. Because I almost did it. Like, I was so close to be put on a timeline of reality where that one Facebook community live, I poured up a little something in the cup. Other than, baby, non-alcoholic beverages. I was almost on that timeline of reality. Who did I become? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I channeled in the Kingdom Things podcast in episode, what is reality? It's like multiplicity. It's like there's no such thing really as a line, Because in between a line, or what was it? It wasn't a line. It was the soul said a line is fine. It's fine. There's no such thing as a line, because in between a line, or one drawn line, if you see one line drawn, there's infinite dimensions in between that one line. So reality, our reality, there's infinite folds of dimensions, multidimensionality within our existence, our reality. And we can perceive this through the conversations we have with our soul or our self, as we are multiplicity ourself, multidimensional or infinite energies. Again, Ashley-Nicole Phillips, call to action. Sit with yourself every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? Let's start cooking and continue the conversation. So multidimensional beings have always existed with us. We are multidimensional beings ourselves. We're awakening, remembering this. And we've been here before. I actually channeled a song that's called Your Messiah, Y-O-U-R-E. You are Messiah. We've been here before, starting itch. Remember when? Now we say we're only human. The truth is we're human, H-U-E. Many dimensions. Not to sound pretentious, the sky above, that's you. The ground below you too. Unplug for the matrix. Drop your screw, yes. What's reality you choose? What's reality you choose? Yeah. Explore the sky with me. It's you and you. You are your Messiah. You are your power. What's reality you choose? Yes. What's reality you choose? The world is yours. It's you and you. The abundance of multidimensionality. Right? It's remembering. Okay. It's like whenever things didn't go the way you planned it to go, or life or your evolution didn't manifest the way you planned it to manifest, but you keep on trying hard at something. Self-acceptance is because the soul is trying to rise you up into higher vibrational dimensions of yourself or reality, to manifest as more of your God presence or your future, to manifest as your goddess presence or your future self in the present moment. It's not because you're not good enough, not because this, that. It's no, you're trying to be, the soul is trying to push you up and remembering you to faculties beyond what you think you want to be or who you think you can be. There's this artist, actress, I'm not going to say her name, but, you know, we've all seen her over the years, pursued her over the years, and that's how Spirit brought this up to me. Spirit was like, we've been trying to push her to higher timelines of reality, to remember her goddess presence. That's why other stuff didn't pop off like she thought it should, or that's why she wasn't fulfilled when things did manifest and things did happen. She didn't feel fulfilled or satiated because she was what she's really searching for is soul aligned, highest timeline remembrances. And I like self-acceptance. Self-acceptance, that goes for everybody, every last one of us. Spirit's like, say her name. I'm like, nah. That goes for every last one of us, though. And self-acceptance for me, because, you know, I've been pursuing a musical career since like 2013 when I graduated high school in 2012. My soul told me to drop out of my college courses in 2013 because it was like withering away in my soul. I didn't enjoy it at all. It's like, hey, drop out of your college courses and do music full time. I've been pursuing music since 2013. Now, I also understood that I was also pursuing union with my divine counterpart before I even knew it was my divine spouse. But I understood, like, this was, I thought success in the music industry was how we were going to meet transcendence. Whenever I say transcendence, I'm telling the universe, the The universe, uni, I'm telling uni, baby, I no longer want to hold on to these paradigms of belief systems as truth. Like, let me let them go and gather the wisdoms from it and grow and evolve my energy, my existence to assist with the upliftment and evolution of all things. I thought I was going to be my divine counterpart to the music and success in the music industry. Transcendence. Transcendence. So I've been pursuing music and things. And I was talking about it earlier with the universe. Talking with my divine counterpart in the universe is like, those things come easy. Meaning, like, we believe in stuff like that because we've seen it all the time because we've been stuck in this dense energy where we were just manifesting like mundane things in the way that we were satiated in the lower vibrational realities instead of stretching into our higher timelines to be an open, consciously aware in the masses of our multidimensional existence, our celestial existence, our divine existence, beingness, our limitless existence, beingness, our multidimensional beingness, our multidimensional realm. In the masses, because there's so many people. Now that I've aligned, like, I let go and allow. I'm practicing let go and allowing, or releasing the paradigms and thought patterns of who we think we are to align with the paradigms and thought patterns of who we came and who we truly are in God, or our limitless nature. More limitless natures, it's an infinite journey. This is a journey of divine evolution or life. Coming to greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of our limitless nature, limitless potentials. Which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, Kardashev Prophecy. The Kardashev Prophecy was channeled by the astronomer Kardashev. My soul says, hey, Ashley, say channel, so y'all know that we gifted y'all this prophecy. I mean, we gifted y'all the Kardashev scale. Bless me. Kardashev scale prophecy. We gifted y'all the Kardashev scale so that y'all know that y'all are benevolently dispositioned. Humanity and all galactic beings and beyond were benevolently dispositioned to grow and evolve into more wellness, balance, regeneration, remembrance of our limitless nature. If you don't know what the Kardashev scale is, the Kardashev scale was channeled by the astronomer Kardashev. It maps out the evolution of a galactic civilization, galactic species, galactic civilization, based off of the amount of our own energy in which we're able to harness and use towards our evolution. Towards our evolution. Towards our evolution. Kardashev scale prophecy, the divine says we need an awaken in the masses. Human and beyond, because it's not just humans that dwell on our planet. I'm about to talk about this experiences I've had recently in regards to this. Y'all, I channeled a couple weeks ago the Atlanteans of Antarctica, and they were like, "Hey, we couldn't just break the fifth wall and just shatter y'all's perspective of who y'all are or reality. These perspective perceptions or illusions or super limiting beliefs, because it could have been detrimental to y'all's evolution, y'all psyche, y'all mind, body, soul, and spirit." Right? So I channeled a couple weeks ago the Atlanteans of Antarctica, of our dimensional optical perceptive perspection and beyond, multidimensional of Antarctica, of planet Earth, as we know, Mother, Father, Gaia. And I had three experiences, where one of the beings, she's a divine mother, she was trying to show me who she, like, show me her, because she said, we look so different from y'all, like it could have really mess with your psyche. So she was showing me her, and she was appearing to me multidimensionally. She was appearing to me, and I would perceive her, and I was like, whoa. But like the first two times, like the energy, like the whole situation, I was super dissonant to it. So I would perceive it, and then I was just like I would see it in my mind's eye, my inner space. I would perceive her. I would see her like vividly, pretty vividly. It was kind of foggy, but pretty vividly, right? Pretty vividly, right? Because she was trying to show me what she looked like. She said, like, they said if we showed y'all what we look like, we don't look like what your thought patterns, y'all belief systems say reality is. We don't look like this. But she was showing me what she looked like. I was like, whoa. She's like, her energy is channeling through right now. I was like, dang, whoa. She's, so the first 2 times I kind of like breezed by it. I was super dissonant. Like my energy thought patterns were super dissonant. And then the 3rd time I noticed, she was like, the soul was like, she was trying to present to show you what she looks like. I was like, whoa. She's like purple. She has a bald head. She's purple with like green accents and like, whoa. And she's a divine mother. I was like, whoa. And it's the baby, all is within. Because I was like, dang. Because when I was born, it's just seeing the commonalities in our perceived differences. The divine is like, reality is like a kaleidoscope. It's many dimensions that make the one big picture. And the many dimensions are many pieces or dimensions that seem separate are truly one. And they repeat. Or y'all have commonality even in your differences. When I was born, birthed out of my mother's womb, I was so dark, I was purple. That's the story I was told. Like, I was so dark, I was purple. I was like, dang. And this divine being, this woman is an Atlantean of Antarctica, multidimensional beingness. She's like, shit, purple skin. I was like, whoa. And I had that remembrance. When I was born, I had purple skin because I was so dark. And the soul was like, yes, Ashley, you are one. Like, you are one. I was like, whoa, yeah. Just seeing the commonalities even in our differences, I was like, whoa, yeah. I was like, whoa. So she let me see who she is, who she was, who she is. And then I've been healing and letting go and relaxing in who God says I am, who I am in my highest timeline, God, Goddess presence, multidimensional, celestially activated, oneness consciousness, unity consciousness activated beingness, where I remember and embody the energies that all things are one, all things are within. And and my reality is manifesting in a way that there are many beings, humans and more, that commune together on this planet in our dimensionality. Like in South America, it's common for people to commune with multidimensional beings or aliens or extraterrestrials, multidimensional beings. It's like they do that like often. It's like, whoa, shoot. Whoa, shoot. And I'm going to tell the story because I haven't posted about it yet. So I'll just go ahead and tell the story here. Let me get my tofu rinsed off. Let me turn the camera just a little bit because I'm going to go to the sink and get my tofu. I'm going to be out of frame just a little bit. I channeled about it. The Kingdom Things podcast episode, it has Anunnaki in the title. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole, Anunnaki's in the title, right? Because I don't know what the whole title, I don't remember the whole title name, but Anunnaki's in the title. And I channeled that how we know ourselves scientifically as Homo sapiens sapiens. We actually and we kind of perceive reality linearly, where we perceive like our ancestors before, beyond, which before now and beyond is all truly happening here and now, multidimensionally. And that's the thing. The way we see it linearly, like Neanderthals, Homo sapiens, and infinite other dimensions of our evolution, of our existence, our ancestry. The way we perceive it linearly is actually multidimensionally. It's happening in many universes or realms or energetic embodiments. Because how do you align with different universes or realms or spaces or places? It's about matching the frequency or the vibration to manifest as the frequency or the vibration, or to manifest the reality or realm or existence or experiences that you had a soul level intention, mind, body, soul level intention to experience or be. So in Peru, there are these mummies found, tridactyl mummies, beings, two forms. I had an experience with a tridactyl, the being with 3 fingers, three digits. It's mummified, partly mummified because the organs are still intact on the inside. And there was actually a fetus on the inside, gestating on the inside of the mummified being, tridactyl being found in Peru. I was like, dang. And then my soul reminded me of this Kingdom Things podcast episode when the word Anunnaki's in the title. I'm going to link it below for the playback watchers, where I channel from the soul space that our evolution happens multidimensionally, not linearly. So the tridactyl being found in Peru, mummified being found in Peru, that's a dimension of our evolution. That's from dimensions of reality beyond our linear classification of reality. My soul reminded me of this. I was like, whoa. And I had an extrasensory perception experience with the being. I was like, are you okay? She was like, yes. She's like, yes, I'm fine. I was like, whoa. I was like, dang. Because again, death is an optical illusion, optical experience. We are infinite dimensions. We are light. We are limitless. I was like, dang. I was like, whoa. So the Peru being, I was like, whoa. So like, that came up in my universe. I was watching about this. People investigating this. Some people think it's a hoax. The multidimensional galactic ancestors are like, actually, we do this all the time. We invite awakening species, colonies of galactic creation and beyond back into remembrance of our divine limitless presence. We do this all the time. And this is part of the process. Trust the process. It's okay if some people don't believe. And understand the people that don't believe, they're mirroring dimensions of ourselves because we're truly one. So like, what can you learn about that to grow and evolve your energy into more wellness and balance as universally aligned, universally signed for the upliftment and regeneration of all things? I was like, well, so I ran, perceived that manifested because I've been in alignment with remembering multidimensional existence, being multidimensional oneness, consciousness, celestial consciousness, existence, and evolving into embodying these energies is the experience of divine evolution or life or creation. So we were stuck in these dense throngs of evolution where we wanted to be this and that, singer, this, the doctor, all these things. And when the soul was like, no, we trying to raise y'all up. And remind y'all that y'all are celestial magic. And y'all can use y'all's thought patterns to evolve your energy, to evolve y'all's culture, y'all's creation. However y'all see fit. Sorry, prophecy fulfilled. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. And no longer starving for money, pecuniary support, or housing, or these things come with being divine evolution. The objective, beyond the dense throngs, is who do we become in the divine evolution, divine remembrance, the journey of evolving our energy into greater dimensions of divine remembrance, divine embodiment of our limitless nature. Who do we become as a culture? Who do we become as species? Dimensions of divine creation and our oneness. Like, who do we become? That's the objective. That's the goal, right? And it's beautiful. And I have gratitude. We have gratitude. We are remembering. So I'm learning this from the soul space, and there's so many other podcasts and people, they go around, they share the same things, similar things, same things. Like, no, yeah, we're one and we're awakening. We were in an amnesia stage and we're all awakening the masses. I'm like, dang, well. And I know my content, my presence, all of our presence is to play our part in divine evolution. To assist towards the evolution and growth of all things. Or be in divine purpose. Or grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of our limitless wellness, balance, and nature. To be in divine purpose. To lead lives and existence and realities that reflect the divine purpose, to assist with the upliftment, regeneration, evolution of all things. I was like, wow. Yes. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, great. The soul was like, Ashley, that was really great. This is all we really needed to get out, like, for sure. That was all the messaging we really wanted to get out. You take a beat, breathe. It's like, okay, great. Great. I'm gonna rinse off my tofu, and then let me get a napkin. This one works. So I'm watching all these interviews and things, beings and people, humans, and they're sharing, their remembrances and all types of stuff. I'm like, whoa, cool. And their knowledge and understandings about how our governments co-create with multidimensional beings, and they've been doing it for decades, really eons, millennia, truly. But like, they know, like, modern day, like, historical, like, decades. Been co-creating with multidimensional beings. It's like, whoa. And I was, Because I channel from the soul space is like our governments have to reveal to us our existential fundamental truths. They can no longer keep us placated under these illusions and paradigms, which was perpetuated by commerce. Because instead of allowing us to remember that we're all limitless and we can adjust our energies, our frequencies to embody our limitless potentials, to like magic manifest everything we want, need, and desire, as universally aligned, universally assigned for the uplifting and regeneration of all things, highest timeline potential, soul level intentions, highest timeline intentions. Instead of us awakening to this, what was happening is we were being placated and gaslit by our governments and stuff. And which is, we manifested it. Ooh, yeah, let's talk about this. Because I was in the Powwow session when I was walking to the store, this came up with the soul, the spirit. We manifested it because we put so much value and stock in things, buying things, going places, all types of stuff. So we manifested foregoing our life force or remembrance of our existential fundamental nature to continue to buy stuff or play this game in this dense strong of energy. Continue to buy stuff instead of awakening to the fact that we're limitless. Transcendence. Yes. So I was like, whoop. And I channel about this. I channel about this in the podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole on YouTube and Spotify. For the people watching back on the playback, I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna link the playback below. I'm gonna link it in the playback below. I channel Theodore Roosevelt. Sir President Theodore Roosevelt. I channel him and shoot. He was giving his insight for things that we know. We know that the president will have run on certain platforms, what he's going to do for the people, all the things, and he gets the votes, get into the executive branch, she gets into the Oval Office, and doesn't do anything he says, or she said, anything they say. He's like, yeah, that's de facto. That's how it happens, Ashley. I was like, whoa. And we talk about it in the podcast. Again, I'm linking below for the playback watchers. It's like, damn. Transcendence. Transcendence. And it was, again, remembrance of how we manifested this. Through the way that we aligned our intentions. Who we wanted to be, where we wanted to go, who we wanted to be. The way we aligned our intentions of who we wanted to be, we're in alignment with the dense energies versus we're lean in the direction of the dense energies or the limitations more than our limitless, well-balanced, existential fundamental nature. That's how we manifested these things. Self-acceptance. Transcendence. Let's get the wisdoms from it. We want to grow. We want to be our limitless nature in the present moment, but now, right now. Gratitude. With ease and grace for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. Is universally aligned, universally assigned. Yes. All right. So let me put my rice on and things. We're going to keep on cooking up. So y'all know I talk about it in the Facebook community live often, and in my podcast, my content, how my divine counterpart is a celebrity. And I found out like who my divine counterpart would be when I was 9 years old. But the way the soul showed me was like, hey, that's gonna be your husband. To breadcrumb me into alignment, keep me in alignment with our coming into union. And then a couple years ago, like a year, some change, the soul was like, Ashley, if you were more mature and you're ready to hear this, back when you were 9 years old, instead of saying that's going to be your husband, yeah, that's true. But we would have said y'all are going to heal together. Y'all are going to heal together. Y'all are going to grow and evolve these dense energies that you're awakening from. You're going to assist with growing and evolving these dense energies that y'all are awakening from into more wellness and balance and limitless nature. So I'll tell y'all my person's a celebrity. And we all mirror these imbalances. Like all of humanity, whoever you perceive yourself to be, we're one energy. Again, our perception of who we are it's in alignment. It manifests as the paradigms we believe in, but it doesn't change that we're the one energy, manifested in infinite ways. I asked you, sir, before I started this live, if I could talk about this. I asked you. So it was like, it's like, and then I channel Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I do comedy editions where I take heavy themes and I channel. I make them funny. The healing funny, make the healing like a comedy, an audio comedy set to make the healing funny. So I channeled an installment called. Ashley Visits Constantinople. Kingdom Things podcast. It's in the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips catalog on YouTube and Spotify. It's Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips comedy edition. Ashley Visits Constantinople. And I channeled about how, baby, I was birthed into this earth realm and I got distracted. That's what we all do. We get birthed into the earth realm, we get distracted. We get distracted from remembrance of who we are in our existential fundamental nature and limitless. And that we all exist to evolve this energy of this realm of humanity, of galactic creation into more wellness, balance, and limitless nature. And we all have the faculties to do this on a mind, body, soul, on a soul level. These are soul faculties. So deep diving in the inner space to getting to know ourselves on a soul level, to align with our soul wisdoms and soul acumen. And our soul level ability to be able to grow and evolve reality, our soul level gifts. We would call it like psychic abilities, it's like magic. Our soul level gifts to grow and evolve our energy, ourselves, our energy, and our reality into more wellness and balance. We all are created to do this. That's why we come into these experiences. They're really energy games of the cosmos. We're projected into these realities. Our future selves, multidimensional selves, project ourselves into these realities to grow and evolve the energy to see to see if we can remember our future selves, which are truly here and now. This is an immersion experience, a game with the cosmos. Our reality, these realities. So we manifest here. Our future selves project us into this reality, and we manifest to see if we can remember. It's an energy game. Can we remember who we are in our truest truths? Can we wake up and remember, and then evolve these energies to be in alignment with the future in the present moment, to be in alignment with the high consciousness, futuristic in the present moment, celestial and beyond, galactic and beyond, civilization of the cosmos and beyond, of divine evolution or creation, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. So I channel this in my soul space. And this is a newer remembrance, kind of, but yeah, yes and no, but yeah, that I'm being acclimated to. And I channeled this in the podcast, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. It's 2 parts. And the title is, inside of the titles is what comes before the sperm and the egg. Part 1, part 2, I'll link below for the playback watchers. It's about how we're projected into this experience, the way we optically perceive this experience is an optical illusion, or it's a reflection of our paradigms, thought systems of who we believe we are. Before the sperm and the egg and coming out the womb, we're in different dimensions of galactic and beyond civilization's creation. We're planning on being immersed in this experience, or being birthed into this experience to bring our soul level acumen, our soul level wisdoms to grow and evolve this realm, this reality, these species of existence into more wellness and balance and divine evolution, divine remembrance that we're limitless. Which is that we're limitless. It's a new remembrance that I'm activating to, right? And I learned from my soul space, and I've had so many experiences where I perceived in meditation, prayer, like so, like, hey, lay down in meditation. I perceive my future self, like laying down in like an incubator, a lot like the movie The Avatar, like a lot like it, like just like it. I perceived my future self laying in a thing, and it felt so real because it is. Again, our perceptive perception of reality is based off of our thought patterns, or the energies we're aligned to, and the thought patterns we're fed through the energies we're aligned to. The soul of the divine, the oneness of all things, said, hey, I need every being and dimension of divine creation to align with highest timeline potentials, to evolve. And that's a journey of divine evolution. I need y'all to rise up. Second coming of Christ. The rapture. I need y'all to rise up and remember. Embody your future self in the present moment. Your high vibrational wisdoms, your soul wisdoms in the present moment. To be the wellness and balance in which you are on the soul level, in which you incarnated to share with this species of galactic creation, with this realm, with existence. Let that breathe. We're going to let that breathe. So I had the, we're going to let it breathe. So I had the experiences where, like, I experienced my future, I perceived my future self. I was guided to lay down in meditation, lay down in deep, deep meditation, and I perceived, like, my future self laying down in an incubator. And I perceived that I was being casted or projected into this reality by my future self. I was like, whoa. So the Kingdom Things podcast installments called What Comes Before the Sperm and the Egg, Part 1, Part 2. I'm going to link it below. And I was new to these remembrances, so I said I could perceive myself, my spouse, my family, galactic commanders, but it's all of humanity. Every last one of us, this is how we got here, beyond the sperm and the egg. And so I channeled this from the soul space, right? And I looked out into reality. The soul guided me, like, to see how this is an understanding that's been captured by many beings other than me. I was like, whoa. This is a remembrance that has been captured by. I was like, dang. I was like, whoa. So I'm so acclimated to this, right? I was like, whoa, shoot. I was like, dang. I was like, yeah. Yes. I was like, so, like, I thought I wanted to be, like, I thought my apex of reality would be, like, being a massive pop star or singer-songwriter on the planet. I thought that was, like, my highest timeline trajectory. The soul said, no, baby, divine remembrance. Divine remembrance, divine embodiment of your divine remembrance. To be the soul wisdoms and universal forces in which you innately truly are. Beyond the dense paradigms of reality or possibilities, or dreams or visions that you have in those dense storms of energies. No, awakening and rising to your divine evolution, which is an infinite journey where we regenerate instead of decay. So infinite is, baby, that's per usual, baby. We do infinite all the time. That's what we do in divine evolution. We infinitely exist. Yeah, because the way we perceive space and time, the answers is like, Ashley, you think you're only 32? Baby, to us, you're eons old, because y'all move so slow. Y'all move so slow in that realm. Y'all been there for eons. Y'all been there for a long time. You think you're only baby, you been there for like eons. You think you're only 32. The way we perceive space and time is, again, it's a part of our thought patterns. We're evolving into our soul's wisdoms, which we already innately are. Just zealotry, seeking God within, prayer and meditation, and remembering principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in our reality is a mirror of our own energy. Being inquisitive, hey soul, what is this supposed to teach me about myself? Every day. And so wait for the answers, because they will come. Your lingo with the universe, or your soul, or the self, or God, Shekinah, Prime Source, Brahman, Hashem, the Most High, is most likely unique to you. Wait for the answers, because they will come. Validate yourself in your knowings, so you're more comfortable with unfurling, blossoming back into divine embodiment of divine remembrance, limitless potentials, universal forces, divine forces in which we've always only been, all only is. So, and it's a journey, right? It's a journey, not a race. So, like, in the way we gotta watch the way we speak, the way we talk, the way we flex our thought patterns, because that directly influences how we show up and how our reality shows up. Right? So our soul showed me earlier how I was co-creating, how my divine counterpart was manifesting. And vice versa, he was co-creating how I was manifesting. I was like, whoa, dang. Down to like baby specific details. I was like, whoa, we were co-creating each other. And that's what we all only do. We co-create the way we show up. We co-create evolution together. All beings and things. I was like, dang. I was like, whoa. And I forgot, Ashley visit Constantinople. I got distracted. I incarnated and got distracted. Baby, I was watching BT Food Network. I talk about that in the thing. Baby, I got distracted. I wanted a KitchenAid blender, the $500 KitchenAid blender. Baby, I wanted to be on 106 in the Park. I wanted to perform at the BET Awards. Baby, this is what I thought was gonna be my apex reality. I got distracted. And whenever we think like that, transcendence. Whenever we think like that, we align our energies to manifest these things instead of who we are in God. So letting go and say, hey, God, did you intend me to be? Limitless potentials, most high, whoever you feel comfortable praying to. Let me be this. Let me get these thought patterns in line with these energies. As universally aligned, universally assigned for the uplifting and regeneration of all things. To align with these energies, these energetic embodiments, these thought patterns. So like, and the man and woman are truly one. All beings are things. Man, woman, man, woman, man. We're all truly one. And again, we co-create the way we show up. So it's like, the way we set our intentions influences our neighbors or each other. So I forgot I wanted to be on 106 Park and stuff. So like, my divine counterpart was all out of alignment. Transcendence. He forgot too. Transcendence. We all forgot. Remember, we're awakening. We all forgot in different ways because the journey of remembrance is limitless, infinite. But now we'll say we're remembered, remembering. Like the emergent incarnation thing and aligning with our future self in the present moment to basically bring the future into the present to where our reality is the future. We become our future selves in the present moment, and our reality resembles our future selves in the present moment. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. Multi-planetary, multi-dimensional species of the cosmos, the divine evolution, or God, Allah, also divine evolution, also commonly termed God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, many other things within our synaptical understanding and acceptance of divine evolution. Divine timing, divinely timed divine evolution. So I talk about it in the Kingdom Things podcast episodes. It's like, how are we going to bring our future selves in the present moment? The way we manifest anything is what the soul said. Like, you set an intention to manifest or show up a certain way. You align with the energies and you start to align with the thought patterns just to start thinking, talking, being, to manifest as whatever you're trying to manifest in that moment. That's the same for being our future selves in the present moment. Oh, quickly, swiftly, Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 Prophecy. By 2033, on a global scale, we're consciously aware that we are a multidimensional, multi-planetary species. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. We're already a multi-planetary species. Remember a couple hours ago, it was Last Love. I channeled the Mayans, and they shared how they shared in a live. They gave me this. They divulged this thing. They're like, they didn't just poof into thin air and just like leave. Like they transcended to Venus. So we're already a multi-planetary species. And there's other people that work in government, like private sanctions and things, and they be telling stuff on these programs and things. They're like, yeah, our governments have private programs where they do time travel, all types of stuff. And our government has declassified, USA government has declassified once classified documents in regards to research when it comes to multidimensional traveling, multidimensional existence, all types of stuff. You just go to the government website, you got to figure out. I saw it, but I was like, but walking through walls, all types of stuff. All types of things. So I was like, whoa. So yeah, like our government can no longer keep it a secret, right? The governments of the planet can no longer gaslight us out of existential fundamental remembrance and embodiment. So I channeled this right in my podcast. I got this divine revelation from Powwow sessions or healing in the spirit, talking to the soul, communing with the soul. And I was asked to share this, and I shared it. And lo and behold, I was watching another podcast, and they said to share the same thing. They were like, yeah, it's like all the colonies of like God is waking all of the beings up. Like we're all being awakened to the remembrance that we're limitless. Like we can't in whatever realm, dimension, species you are, whatever being you are. We can no longer be forced into slumber. We actually are actively being awakened to the remembrance that we're limitless. And I'll tell you my first experience. Thank you, Rabbi Yeshua, commonly known as Jesus Christ. I'll tell you my first experience that I had, conscious experience. That I had awakening to the remembrance of multi-dimensionality. I've been in zealotry since like 2018, but like 2020, 2021, like consciously. And I was guided to meditation prayer at night. I went to meditation and prayer at night. And Jesus Christ, Rabbi Yeshua most commonly termed as Jesus Christ. He was there. He was present. He was like, Ashley, do you remember? He was just standing there like this. And they were like picture frames, like movie reels. They were like movie reels, right? But they were like different realities and dimensions, like just infinite, just like flying by him. He was like, Ashley, do you remember? I was like, and that was he was coming to assisting activating. Now, all the ancestors do this to everybody. And Jesus Christ, he's there for anybody that wants his help. Reach out to him, baby. Go into prayer, drop into your heart space. As for Rabbi Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and baby, he's there. We're all one in each other, truly. That's the first experience that I remember consciously being awakened by ancestral forces to remind me that we're a multidimensional existence. And our stark belief of being in this box, of being human beings of planet Earth, with the stark perception of who we are, our sciences, our history, our humanality, our anatomy. It was a gestational phase or slumber, a deep slumber that we've been in, where we forgot that we're infinite and limitless. I was like, dang, Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi. And I channel Rabbi Yeshua, most commonly known as Jesus Christ, in my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, on YouTube and Spotify. If you actually go on YouTube in the playlist section, you'll see the playlist titled Sermons with Rabbi Yeshua. Those are all the times I've channeled Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is presented in the podcast. And thank you, Rabbi Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Appreciate it greatly. He's busy. He's coming back. He's a multidimensional being, just like all our ancestral forces, like all of us, multidimensional beings. He's coming, presenting back. Be like, hey, y'all, baby, shoot, right? Now, as we awaken, it's a time where we get to be compassionate with ourselves. Gentle and patient with ourselves and each other. Ourselves and each other are truly one. Because I channeled the Kingdom Things Podcast installment. It's titled The Origins of the Divine Human Are Now. Baby, we were convening with the ancestral forces. And I was sharing how I was in prayer meditation, and the ancestor forces, Jesus, Rabbi Yeshua, and many other forces, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the kings of Kush. It was like they were sitting in a room together, and I could see them in my mind's eye. They're like, Ashley, we're here. We're just in different dimensions. I said, now at the time I felt like, baby, I've been on the ground doing all this footwork, healing up the energy of humanity, meaning like healing up the energy of humanity through my inner space prayer meditation. And I have gratitude. Thank you. Not complaining. I have so much gratitude. But I was like, y'all not going to just like step out of the portals and like come help. But they do though. When we go to prayer meditation, and even when we don't pray and meditate, they're one with us, and they're whispering in our conscious minds, our subconscious and conscious mind, divine remembrances, only and always. But that's how I was feeling in the moment. I was like, y'all just, they were like, we're in different dimensions. I said that to say we got to be patient and compassionate with ourselves, each other. Being patient and compassionate with each other and ourselves is being compassionate and patient with the oneness in which we truly are as we awaken. Because I was like, oh, y'all just sitting in other dimensions, huh? Y'all just sitting in other dimensions. Ah, okay. All right. But we got all types of things going on. Y'all just sitting in other dimensions. Oh, okay. No, but they're helping us again in prayer meditation, and they send us they are one with us for one, only and always. And they send us their love or their energy, their frequency, in which we're one with. We're all truly one. Because you know how you see Ashley sitting here. The truth is, the reason why you see me, Ashley, because of thought paradigms that are who I believe I am, or who you believe you are. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself. Why? Because of the paradigms of who you believe you are, instead of seeing a Rabbi Yeshua, Jesus Christ, or a Lubavitcher Rebbe, or any other ancestor, of course, or your mother, your father. You know, you don't see them, you just see yourself because of who you believe you are. But truly, we're all one energy. I was like, whoa, shoot. I was like, dang, yeah. So coming into these remembrances, I'm like, whoa. And that's how we're able to, that's how I'm able to channel different beings, because they're coming into the remembrance that we're truly one energy. So we the energetic shape-shifting, bodily shape-shifting. So remembrance that we're truly one, or superseding the confines of our belief system of physics, of our anatomy of physics. Because really, like, we're regenerative beings, or we're whatever we believe we are. The soul says we're stardust. And the way we perceive our anatomy, things like that, is a direct reflection of our divine evolution, or our belief systems. Our belief systems directly correspondent to our divine evolution, who we're being shaped into be by the oneness of all things, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Also known by many other things within our synaptical divine evolution. I almost didn't share that in the spirit, but I could barely feel the spirit trying to get me to go there. How we're all truly one energy, and the beliefs in the way we present as whoever, insert your name, is a direct reflection of our paradigms, the belief systems of who we believe we are. I almost didn't go there, and then I heard the spirit, oh, she's not ready to speak about this. I was like, no, I'm ready. No, we're ready. We're ready. And I talked about it a couple lives ago. It's like seeing the oneness that all beings and things truly are, to be able to reach back and heal ourselves, heal our frequency, to grow and evolve our frequencies into more wellness and balance in the present moment. You know, when you had experiences that were traumatic, or experienced people that you didn't have the most abundant joy with, so maybe you block it out. And when you do that, you block off your ability to heal yourself, or your frequency, or the makers of you, to rise yourself, to be your future self in the present moment. So I was talking about how all beings are truly one, and seeing everything as you, your soul just manifested, so you can meet yourself and not be afraid to meet yourself and heal yourself and commune with yourself, love on yourself, to grow and evolve yourself. The you that you are today is so much wiser than the you that you were 10 years ago. So go on prayer meditation to love on that you from 10 years ago in prayer meditation. And feed that you from 10 years ago with the wisdom to bring that you from 10 years ago into the future or the present moment. Set the intention to do it. Wellness, balance for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. So shall it be. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So these are things that we're all awakening to. And our oneness. Like whenever you perceive somebody having a contrasting opinion to your own, is remembering that contrasting opinion to your own is only you manifested in a different way to show you different dimensions of yourself. So loving on ourselves and healing ourselves to become more limitless in ourselves. Or no longer fight ourselves. Because we got so much war and fighting. What's that trying to teach us about ourselves? Teach us about this self. Can we heal it up right now? Like, nah. Because Trump trying to like purchase Greenland, and Greenland keep on saying, "F off. We don't want nothing to do with you, Trump." He keep on trying to say, "No, I'm coming to get Greenland." Like, no, you're not. They're like, "No, you're not." He keep on saying, "No, I'm coming to get Greenland." No, you're not. You can't just send us an email saying Greenland is now USA territory. You can't, and we just gonna oblige. No. And I was like, "So what is this?" I kept on trying to glaze over it. I was like, "So." Kept on popping in my timeline feeds. I said, "So what is it trying to teach me about? Teach us about the self. What is it trying to teach me about myself, about the self?" It's like, this is eons old practice. Eons old imbalances. Wanting to conquer and finding it to be a powerful disposition to conquer others. Understanding when we're conquering others is only our internal battle, our internal war, being manifested in the physical reality, and we're only conquering ourselves. If we go into war and millions of people die, if we had a nuclear war and the whole planet's fucking destroyed, we're conquering ourselves. And that's all that is, a manifestation of the internal strife, or not accepting ourselves, or not understanding that every dimension of our reality is ourself manifested to show us about different dimensions of ourselves. So if somebody has a contrasting opinion of your own, understand that's yourself presenting to you to show you different dimensions of you so you can be more full, F-U-L-L, in your understanding of yourself, more full, limitless embodiment of your spectrum of wholeness or your limitless nature. Ask yourself, hey soul, what is this trying to teach me about myself? And then go on to the wisdoms. If that's not your preference, okay, let me get the wisdoms though. I don't prefer that, but I would like to perceive the wisdoms and like why this is presenting. So we no longer have the internal battle. Because we're just fighting ourselves. Manifest on the outside. Like, Trump, I'm going to go come get Greenland. No, the fuck you're not, brother. Bless me. I had to remember we are one. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, what did we tell you about how to, one, that you're one? Because I've been talking, I used to go at Trump out here. The soul's like, y'all are all one. No, you're not, brother. Leave Greenland alone. Leave the Danish, the Dutch alone. Leave Greenland alone. They don't want your relationship. This is a baby. Shit, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I don't, baby. Shit, it just came up. Should we talk about it? I don't know. It's the same energy that manifests predatory prey type situations. Is this being petty though? It's just drawing the comparison of how these energies continue to manifest when you don't meet them. Like, Trump was found convicted of rape. Raping a woman. He was found guilty of raping a woman. Did they settle out, or did they go to court? He was found guilty. Went to court, he was found guilty of raping a woman. And she got a settlement, that's what I'm perceiving. If the Danish say, no, we don't want your time, we don't want your energy, we don't want your affection, we don't want you to come over here, and he's like, no, I'm still coming. That's very similar. Like, no, and no means no. It's the same energy manifested in infinite ways. That's why we get to go inside and meet it, to be the wisdoms, to manifest the wellness. But country said, no, thank you. It's like, why you keep on trying to push yourself on that country? Leave them the fuck alone. And we are this one energy. It's like, hey, so what is this supposed to teach me about myself? Right? We're gonna go ahead and make our brown curry sauce. Y'all see me do this before. When one being rises in wellness and remembrance, we all rise in wellness and remembrance. You know, existence is a collective duty. It's a collective responsibility to seek your highest potentials, to seek the embodiment of your highest potentials, to assist towards the growth and evolution of all things. That's what the divine is awakening all of us up to. How worthy are we? Like, how worthy and beautiful and abundant are we? Because we exist. All the insecurities we perpetuated because we didn't feel worthy. All the things we felt like we had to modify within our existence because we didn't feel worthy. Baby, you exist. To be your most wellness about him. Journey the journey that is coming to greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of your limitless nature. Through prayer, meditation, seeking God within, God in all things, principle correspondence as below, so above. Everything in our reality is a manifestation of our own energy. This is every being, everything. So we always do this. I've been consciously acclimating to my future self in the present moment. That's how you're like, oh, your presence, like the way you present, your energy, like everything really changed. Because I've been consciously setting the intention, hey God, who did prayer meditation, hey God, who did I come in creation to be? Like, who did you create me to be? Let me be this. Let me grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of this. As universally aligned, universally assigned, the upliftment and regeneration of all things. And I have extrasensory perception experiences where I perceive like my body regenerating. It's like my body kind of like falls away, but then it's put back together in like a more well-balanced energy. I can see like synesthesia. It's a multi-dimensional experience where like sometimes like my body, like dimensions of me will fly off, and then like another dimension of me will resume in the space of my existence, which is the manifestation of my future self in the present moment. My galactic goddess self, galactic divine remembrance self, universal codes, universal existential fundamental nature remembrance. The divine told me, and it's in my podcast, I put it in my podcast. The divine told me, Ashley, I'm going to give you a daughter. You're a divine counterpart, a daughter. And this goes for all of us. Whenever we have kids, the divine was like, Ashley, I need you to evolve into everything I created you to be. Because I need your daughter to be everything I created her to be. All of your kids, actually. I need them to be everything I created them to be. So you have to remember who you are in me. You have to expand your consciousness to where you're in alignment with divine existential fundamental nature remembrances, so that you don't project onto your kids ineptitude or the illusions of limitation when we're all truly limitless. So that they can show up in their limitless nature, who they can blossom and evolve as their limitless nature in which I created them to be. And this is all of our tasks as parents, to seek God within, or to ask God, who do I come into creation to be? Let me be this, so I can be a wellspring of divine universal wisdoms, universal energies, codes to pour into my kids, so that they can blossom and be limitless and be everything you created them to be. You brought them into creation to be. You respawn them into creation to be, because we always only exist. Soul wanted this to be said. Like all parents. And it's never too late. Because whatever age you are, as you heal and grow, you're uplifting the whole ancestry. And then you're stepping and growing and evolving into regenerative cellular functionings, to age backwards, or whatever you want to look like. However you want to present with wellness and balance. It's universally aligned, universally signed for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. Bless me. I do have a family function tomorrow. It's early in the morning, and I need to get to cleaning and things. So I said this live was only going to be like an hour and a half. I'm staying true to this word. The soul's like, hey, Ashley, you can go ahead and end it. I was like, okay. So we're going to go ahead and end here now. I know I didn't finish the plate. We're going to go ahead and end here now. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I'm a channel for the divine, like we all truly are. You can find, I heal myself to the inner space, inner and outer space, and I share my soul's remembrances. My podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. I also have an offering called Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is available to stream for free on YouTube. My music, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream for free on YouTube. Many albums and genres. I heal through the inner space, outer space, ancestral forces, channel the healing frequencies and lyrics and wisdoms into the music. I grow and evolve. And my music reflects this. All my content, all of our existence reflects this, our growth and evolution. Again, Ashley-Nicole Music is available on YouTube. I also have my live series, The Soul's Like, Ashley, do you still want to act? A part of me holding on to those energies. You know, limitations. I was like, yes, I do. The soul's like, follow your intuition. We gonna make it snap, crackle, and pop. We gonna make it shake. So I co-created with the universal forces and oneness of all things out of the box. It's available to stream Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube in the playlist section. Playlist section, the first season, is what we're all going through, awakening within the dream to remembrance that we're limitless. I'm also an author. I channel the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. The soul's like, hey, Ashley, when we want to help you remember and help all of humanity remember who y'all are in divine evolution and God, y'all's highest potentials. Channel these books. We're going to write these books to you. So I channel the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. The first two parts are Asia's story. The first book being Coming Home, the story of Asia. The second book being the story of Asia, I'm Home. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school Manhattan Prep. She goes through a lot of experiences which help evolve her into divine remembrance, into greater divine remembrance and embodiment. The third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is My Other Half. My Other Half is a twin flame divine counterpart journey back home to God inside. One soul manifests as two bodies over many lifetimes as human beings of planet Earth. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Which love, which lifetime, under which circumstances? The book is prophetic. The books are prophetic. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. You go to the latest Kingdom Things Podcast installment. Again, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips on YouTube and Spotify. Go to the latest installment. Go to the description. You'll see the links to go straight to my books in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing digital download, it's 3 separate purchases, 3 separate downloads. $9.99 a piece, $29.97 plus tax for the whole Unconditional Love Literature Parcel set. If you're doing paperback copies mailed to your home, the first 2 parts, Asia's story, Coming Home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia I'm Home, come in one binding. It's $19.99 plus tax. The third part, My Other Half, comes in a separate binding. $9.99 plus tax, $29.98 altogether. For all 3 stories, 2 bindings, paperback copies mailed to your home. Asia's Story, the animated series, where I channel multidimensional experiences in which I have conscious awareness of. I channel them into the animated series, which stems from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel universe. Asia's Story, the animated series, is available to stream on my author's YouTube channel, AP Short Stories on YouTube. Again, if you go to the latest Kingdom Things podcast installment, in the description, you'll be able to click on the link that'll take you straight over to my author's YouTube channel to watch Asia's Story, the animated series. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because we are loving our truest truth. So let's give it to ourselves. Self-love is the best love because the way we love on our, did I say that first? I think so. Self-love is the best love because we've always only been love or evolution or relation, which creates our existences. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.